Hey guys, it's Tori from Calypso Creative Planning, and even though this is one of those mornings where I can't stop yawning and I really just want to go back to bed, I've got a new book journal with me video to share with you. I had some issues in Noteshelf, which is where I usually do my book journaling, so this video is going to show you a little bit in Noteshelf, just a little bit, and then the rest of it is all in GoodNotes. So I figured since I'm having these issues, it's a good time to compare my book journaling process in both planning apps, since I do still use both apps for different things. And if you're having the same issue with Noteshelf, let me know. Like, what are you doing? How do you fix it? I don't know what's going on. Okay, anyways, let's get to journaling. Okay, so this is my 2021 Teal book journal, and I usually do my book journaling in Noteshelf, so that's what you're seeing here. And after a conversation with another viewer, I have a new way to get my screenshots of my covers. I'm now doing them through the Kindle app, so they look so much better than when I was screenshotting from my Amazon order. But look, okay, so this is the problem I'm having with Noteshelf right now, and tell me if you're having the same problem. I use text to do most of my notes, and it's doing this thing where if I create a text box, it wants to like shift the page into like no man's land, and I don't know what's going on. And I did a little book journaling thing the other day, and I recorded it. I don't know if you'll get to see it because it was just so frustrating to do. But it's like every time I went to do a text box, the screen just starts jumping all around, and it just will not stop. So frustrating. I don't know what it is. I've had this problem off and on like a couple times, but never to this extent. It is just like absolutely ridiculous, and I just could not stand it. So I thought this is a good time to check out my process in GoodNotes. So I just opened up that same book journal. I had like the original one there, and I just copied what I had for this current monthly calendar so that I could have the same sort of setup where you click on the day and it takes you to the book journaling page. And I'm using that the day on the monthly calendar as like the day that I start reading the book, and then I just do a highlighter to show like the length of when I read. So that's how I'm using the monthly page, if you have not discovered that yet. What do you guys think of this font? I feel like I'm all over the place. What do you think of this font? I just learned about making my own fonts, and I made this font over the weekend, and I'm testing it out. I'm thinking I'm going to add it to the shop. I think it's fun. It's going to be called Lexi. And don't ask me where I got that name. I have no idea. It started out as something else and whatever. I have to name the font in order to create it. But do you guys like this font? Should I add it to the shop? Do you like a handwritten style of font? Maybe. This one's kind of fun. I've been making several fonts lately. So you'll see more of those probably. I'm kind of like a little bit obsessed with them right now. But anyways, okay, side note. If you haven't seen my book journaling process before, if this is your first book journal with me video, then let me give you a little, recap of how I do it. I do use Goodreads, not GoodNotes, but Goodreads to keep up with the books that I'm reading, because I can link that to my Kindle. And most of the books I read, well, almost entirely these days, I'm entirely on my Kindle. For the longest time, I thought I would never switch to a Kindle because, there's something about a good, like physical book that I just love. But I have so many books and I read so many books that the Kindle is just more practical for me. But I will read my book on my Kindle and highlight my favorite quotes throughout, the reading journey. And then at the end, I can export those notes and they go straight to my email. And that's how I get my quotes that I can add to my book journal. But now I'm doing my screenshot on my iPad. Like you guys can't see this, but my iPad's over there. It's charging. Before I was doing my screenshot from the Amazon order, but now I'm doing it through the Kindle app on my iPad, because look how crisp and clear that book cover is. It's just fantastic. Fantastic. But I have my Kindle notes, like I have a label set up in my Gmail, so when it comes to my Gmail, it's automatically categorized. Oh my gosh, the coffee is not kicked in. Categorized as like Kindle notes, so it's easy to find. But then I can just copy and paste those in here. And during this particular process, when I decided let's compare GoodNotes to Noteshelf, one of the big differences is when I paste these notes in, you see how tiny that is? Like, it's so tiny. And I don't know why. Like in Noteshelf, when I paste it in, it automatically pastes as like the text style that I have as like my current default. But with this, it comes in based on like, from the document in the email. So I tried a couple different ways where I thought, let's just paste it and then it comes in small. And then I thought, okay, let's start a text box with like a couple things, paste it in there, comes in small. So then I thought, let's just copy one that I've already resized like this, and then I'm just going to copy and paste over that and see if it comes in small. And guess what? It came in small. So I feel like this is the only downfall, but it's really not that bad. Like, because I'm going to resize it and space it out anyways. So it's not really a big deal, but that is so far the biggest difference between doing the same process in GoodNotes versus Noteshelf is that it comes in small. I think the next one that I do, if I'm still having the problem with Noteshelf, because I can copy this whole page, and not the page itself, but like the stuff on the page, and paste it into my my ongoing book journal in Noteshelf. I can do that and it'll just come right in and it's fine. But if I go, like if I make the switch to GoodNotes, I think what I'll do for the next one is just go ahead and paste every single one and get them all in and then resize them. I may do that. I don't know. It just depends, because this, I feel like I had less notes for this than some of my other ones. Like one of the books from, I think it was Dark Fae. I think that was the last book journal video I did. If you go back and look at that, there's so many notes on that book that I had to resize over and over and over again. So I think it just depends. But I think maybe next time I'll just like paste all the quotes in, and once they're in, then go back and resize them, instead of paste, resize, paste, resize, paste, resize. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. If Noteshelf is still giving me problems, then it'll be back into GoodNotes for sure. Because, I mean, yes, GoodNotes has its problems every once in a while. Nothing's perfect. No need to like stress about it and get all crazy. I'm not calling anyone out, but people do that. I've seen it. But everything has its issues. It's okay. You just find workarounds. It's not a big deal. Nothing to stress about. It's fine. It's fun to like go back and read these quotes as I'm putting them in here, because some of these quotes are really funny. Like that one's a good one right there. That one's a good one. But I really love collecting these quotes along the way. And does anyone else do this? Do you do this same type of thing? I don't know. Do you? I created these book journals. Like I have undated ones, and I have the 2021 dated ones in the shop. But I created them for myself because I know that like I want to keep up with these things, because some books have some really good quotes, and some of them are like funny, and then some of them are like meaningful. It just depends on the book. And then when I'm reading my Kindle, I see what like the popular highlights are, so what other people have highlighted, And sometimes I get it, and other times it's like, okay, why? But it's fine. Ugh, that line is so funny. So funny. Okay. So if you're loving these book journals that I create, let me know. Let me know your thoughts on these. I'm going to be doing a 2022 version. I think I'll probably start out with just one color scheme, one that's been specifically requested. So I'll probably just start out with one. I still have 4 colors in my undated version. So if you want the undated one instead, there's still four colors in that. But I think the 2022 version, I'm only going to do one color unless you guys request something else. We'll just see. But not to worry, those will be out by the end of the year because you know me, I need to write my books down. I need to keep track. So I have to have it for myself, you know. So it's going to happen by the end of the year. Hopefully by the end of the month. I don't want to say for sure, but definitely before the end of the year. So you'll have them ready. And if you've bought the 2021 version, the dated version, then make sure when the new one comes out that you reach out to me because I'll give you a discount on the new one. So if you've already bought the 2021 and you're going to buy the 2022, just make sure, you know, have a copy of your receipt, whatever. As long as you can prove that you did, in fact, order it, you'll get a discount, which is cool, right? I mean, who doesn't love a discount, right? Okay, anyway, so quotes are in, time to decorate. And I mean, there's not a lot of space left. I could shrink up the cover and do more decorations, but I think I'm just going to go with minimal decorations. So I'm going to choose one of these little watercolor swirls, splotches, splashes. What do we call this? Spots? It's a watercolor spot. I don't know. So I'm going to start with it and trim it down. You know, I love this little technique of trimming down a corner. Not a corner, it's a circle. Circles don't have corners. My coffee's not kicked in. It's okay. Trimming down a portion. Let's go with that. Portion of the shape. And sticking it on there. And then some more little spots because this is cute. This is from a freebie sticker set. Make sure you're subscribed to the mailing list so you can get those freebies, right? A little splash of gold glitter, and that's it. That's it. It's simple. It's like, I love having the cover all big. So that's fun. And that's it. I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.